My, it has been quite a while since we've done one of these, hasn't it? If you guys like what you see here, please drop a like and don't forget to subscribe. Doing so helps grow the channel, please and thank you. Originally after Jailbreak I was going to jump into cards with teeth, but then I stopped and remembered our boy Honda. And if you're wondering why I'd even bring him up, let's take a second to look at the prior Yu-Gi-Oh! Revisiteds I did. Puzzle of the Gods introduced us to the core cast and cemented Yugi's relationship with Genochi. Jailbreak formally introduced us to some of the more personal aspects of Anzu's character and gave us some early insight into Yugi's feelings towards his childhood friend and crush. And of course, it showed us the coldest aspects of dark Yugi's personality. While I could skip to cards with teeth, it would be a bit disrespectful to Honda, as up to this point in the story, he hasn't really reconciled his history with Yugi. I know it gets brought up again in Death Tea, but it would be a bit more fulfilling if we had touched on it now, with Honda's formal turn from bully to bestie here in Yu-Gi-Oh! Chapter 7, The Face of Truth. This chapter was of course published in the 48th issue of Weekly Shonen Jump of 1996, released on November 11th of the same year. The chapter opens on an end of a school day at Domino High. Yugi on his way home is intercepted by Genochi, who has Honda in tow. It's here we learn that Yugi and Honda still don't really get along all that well. Genochi informs Yugi that he and Honda have an idea they want to run by him, much to the latter's dismay. Honda believes that Yugi has it out for him and that saying anything to him would be making his personal issue public. Genochi reaffirms that Yugi isn't that type of guy. Genochi then drops the info bomb that Honda is in love. Before Yugi can even feasibly react, Honda begins strangling him, accusing him of laughing. The person Honda has it bad for is Nosaka Miho, the student librarian. Fans of the 1997 Toei adaptation know she's in the main cast of said series, but here in the source material, she's really just a one-off character in this chapter. And for those wondering, I don't think Takahashi had conceptualized Shizuka as of yet, so there you go. Miho's nickname amongst her friends is Ribbon due to the said decoration she wears in her hair daily. Genochi figures that the best chance Honda has is to start things out with a gift. You know, because that's something you do to someone you've rarely ever had a conversation with. So our former delinquent figures that the game shop Yugi's family runs should theoretically have something of value. Honda, finding out it's a game shop, is less than enthusiastic. Sugoroku, upon hearing of his plight, offers up a blank puzzle, one in which you write out your feelings, disassemble it, and give it as a gift. In fact, it's how he was able to court Yugi's grandmother. Genochi starts laughing hysterically. He knows Honda's an idiot and could never pull anything like that off. However, our pompadour-wearing friend is sure that this is the way to go about doing things. He throws down the cash and is about to walk out the store when he remembers that he's never done anything like this before, so the obvious answer is to get the guy he formerly bullied to do it. In this case, Yugi. I don't know how he conceivably came to said conclusion, but given his only other feasible choice would be Genochi, yeah, I'd probably pick Yugi as well. He grabs Yugi's hand and places it over his heart, telling him to channel those powerful vibrations and to turn these into powerful words of love. And if Miho misinterprets this message and rejects him, then he'll kill Yugi. So, no pressure, right? Early the next morning, Yugi, after aimlessly wondering all night what to write down, finally is able to piece together a message transmitting Honda's confession. So they conceive of 3 separate ways for her to receive it. The first being to give it to her directly. Being the most obvious, honest, and most rational decision is clearly out of the question. The second would be to mail it to her home. Hey guys, some advice on number 2? Don't do that. For the love of Christ, do not do that. The last one is of course the one they decide to go with, which is stick it in her desk an hour before class starts. Honda tells Yugi that the message had better not be too cryptic, as he wants no misunderstandings about his feelings. Yeah, I don't think that part's gonna be much of an issue. He then informs the duo that if things go well, that it's hamburgers on him. Soon, the students and faculty arrive for the school day, and it's here we're introduced to our antagonist for this chapter, Miss Chono, the attractive teacher known for wearing too much makeup and having the highest number per capita of expelled students, also nicknamed the Wicked Witch of Expel. During some early small talk with the vice principal, we're told that she had an omiai the night before. In case you happen to be unfamiliar, in the simplest terms, it's a date in Japanese culture for finding a marriage partner. She of course claims she turned the man she met with down as he wasn't quite up to her standards, much to the delight of the vice principal, who can keep his fantasies of marrying her at least feasible, however unlikely. Back in the classroom, the other students have already arrived and Miho still hasn't noticed the gift in her desk. Honda's as nervous could be, and Yugi, despite everything Honda has put him through, still is hoping everything works out for him in the end. because Yugi's just a nice kid. Meanwhile, in the faculty restroom, Miss Chono smashes one of the mirrors in a fit of narcissistic rage. The man she had met with the night prior for the Omiai rejected her, and to be honest, I can't say I really blame him. In fact, Miss Chono's favorite activity in her personal life is dating. Not to find a partner or just someone to enjoy time with, but to get a narcissistic fix, as she usually and quite gleefully always rejects them. Her own words, not mine. While kicking on even more makeup to her face, she decides that she'll take this anger out on the students. You know, to blow off steam. You know, I think it's safe to say this guy that turned her down dodged one hell of a bullet. After she enters the classroom, she initiates a surprise desk inspection, much to the dismay of Yugi, Genochi, and Honda. In doing so, she hopes to find any items on the school's contraband list, an attempt to humiliate and expel said students unfortunate enough to get caught. Of course, in Miho's desk is Honda's gift. Another activity against school regulations is dating amongst the students. Not quite sure how they'd go about policing something like that, but okay. What's worse is Miho is unfortunately placed in the middle of this entire fiasco, as she's obviously the innocent party here. Miss Chono unwraps said gift, seeing that it's a puzzle, and she begins to assemble it. And as she does, she reads out the message aloud to the class, causing them to roar in laughter, inducing a heavy weight of humiliation on the 4 individuals involved. Miss Chono playfully demands to know the identity of the student who sent the message, even teasing the idea of forgiving them if they are willing to stand before the class. An obvious lie. Honda realizes the harm he's caused to not only his academic future, but more importantly to Miho. Given the utter humiliation she's been dealt with, no doubt this would cause her to forever hate his guts. However, it's better for him to own up to it than to let things drag on any further. The person who stands up, however, is none other than Yugi, claiming that it was him that wrote the message, followed by our boy Genochi, claiming that he placed the gift in Miho's desk. Both of them knowing that if they take the fall for this one, Honda could always have another chance with Miho. Honda is emotionally overwhelmed by Genochi's and, even more importantly, Yugi's potential sacrificial acts, so he decides to stand, revealing the message was from none other than him. Miss Chono thinks all 3 are covering for the other, and that once she completes the puzzle, she'll have the true identity of the culprit. During the final moments before the puzzle's completion, Dark Yugi comes to the service and, enraged by Miss Chono's cruelty, initiates a Yamino game with the puzzle, and before she can utter Honda's name, a penalty game is induced, causing her true face to be revealed. One of sheer resentment and hatred, one in which she can never hide her true nature to others, despite how much makeup she applies. The other students of the classroom begin to point and gawk at her face in shock, causing her to flee the classroom, threatening them not to reveal her secret. And spoiler alert, she's never seen or heard from again. Genochi and Honda are shocked at what they witnessed, but are grateful that they dodged a bullet. Yugi comes to, oblivious as to what's just transpired. Later on in the same day, Honda decides to finally act like an adult and confess to Miho directly. And it goes about as well as you'd expect. Yugi and Genochi decide to take Honda out for a hamburger so he can drown his lovesick sorrows in some fatty junk food. But there is an upside to all this. Going forward, things would be different between Honda and Yugi. Hey, what is up everybody? Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let's get the conversation rolling and start dropping those comments in the comment section thingy below. Also, please proceed to drop me a like. It would greatly be appreciated. And hit that subscribe button, as I do have more content coming in the future. And hit that bell icon for notifications, because YouTube's got a nasty habit of, doing what they do. Also, you can follow me on the social media handles I've got listed right here. And, oh, what is that? Is that Twitch channel? My name is Tanner, this is Scarlet, Geek Corner, and I will see you guys next time.